Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Shearer Smokes. And I've not travelled too far today, as I'm working later on this evening. And I'm about 10-minute walk from the flat where I stay. And I'm here, back on the banks of the River Devon. Quite a mild day today. There was a flurry of snow last night, and this was the view from my bedroom window. So that was taken this morning. As you can see, the uppermost tops of the Ocho Hills, a slight covering of snow. Other parts of Scotland had it slightly worse. So I've seen some pictures on social media of some heavy snowfall, but as yet in the central region hasn't hit us as hard as yet. So it's been a good couple of days off. As you'll know, I had that day trip out to Coorous with my good friend Mark, and I have to change hats today because it is slightly chillier than it was in Coorous. The weather there was just exceptional for January, unbelievable. And the hat I had on in that video was one that Mark gave me for my Christmas, so good choice, Mark, and I'll be putting it to good use throughout the year. We had a great day filming that day, and we were fortunate enough to pass by the working part of the Coorous Abbey, which was actually open at the time, and we popped in and actually found the final resting place of George Bruce. And here's a couple of pictures. Yeah, so George Bruce was a wealthy merchant and entrepreneur from Coorous, and in 1597 he built the Coorous Palace, and here's a snapshot of that. So George made his fortunes in coal mining and salt mining, and he was the first person to develop the very first subterranean coal mine, which was actually used in the Firth of Forth, which is just at Coorous, and there he mined for coal, and the coal that was brought to the surface wasn't of great quality, but he used that to heat the salting pans, which dried out the salt, which he then exported to all parts of Europe. So yeah, quite an ingenious man, and quite a great backstory to him. Out of interest to us, the excavations were held in the grounds of the palace, and a collection of clay pipes were found. Now sadly I couldn't find any pictures, but it is recorded in the excavation notes that these pipes were found. So I'll keep trying to see if there is any pictures. It might be in maybe one of the local museums in Fife. I shall do my best to try and track that down. Talking of pipes, today I've brought my Savineli with the fishtail stem. It's a Savineli Cocktail. It's still one of my favourite looking pipes, just that black and yellow. It's just looks outstanding, and it's very comfortable to smoke with. Now in the bowl I have some C&D Nutty Irishman. So thank you, Steve, and I'm just hoping the camera will pick this up within the light. And you might just notice there's some strands of the black Cavendish along with the burley. It's a ribbon cut. It does have a flavour topping of, I believe it's hazelnut and Irish mist, which is a whisky liqueur. I've not tried Irish mist, so I'm not really sure what I'm meant to be picking up. There is a slight sweetness, a sort of tingle of that kind of alcohol in the background, but that nuttiness is coming through as you would expect. which is working well with the sweetness of the Cavendish. So yeah, it's a very pleasurable smoke, especially on a nice afternoon like this. As I said, it's not too cold. It's still quite mild, as long as you're kind of wrapped up. It's just nice for sitting out. I enjoyed a really nice cigar last night. We had a virtual hearth with some of the members of the Ashhole Cigar Club UK chapter, and here's a shot of what I had. Yes, that was the Ezra Zion Brass Knuckles. Very, very tasty cigar, full flavoured, hints of espresso, a kind of earthiness, and also that sweetness, which I really enjoy in cigars. And yeah, it was a very nice cigar, and it was a good night all round. First kind of catch up of the new year, so it was great to see some familiar faces and to be introduced to some new ones as well. So yeah, it was a nice evening, and all worked well with my homemade Negroni, which is becoming a bit of a favourite of mine, especially with my cigar. Always seems to work well, which was nice. But today, because of work, I'm making do with the old hot chocolate, which is actually working perfectly with this hazelnut flavour. So yeah, it's been a good start to 2022, and again, I'd like to thank you all for continuing on joining me on my journey, and thanks for everybody that tuned in to the first video of 22, and for your comments. As always greatly appreciated. So I'm going to sit here, finish off what's in the bowl before heading home and packing my bags for work. As I say, that'll be me away for the next couple of days. So hoping to get onto that mission midweek, and I'll share my findings with you, weather permitted. So until that time, as always, my name's Shearer. Enjoy your smokes.